Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome back to another talk session with Sis and Maya. My topic is how to stay
Hey, hey.
motivated during tough times. Maya, my first question is what does staying motivated during tough time really means?
Ah, means digging deep when things get, well, tough. It's not about pretending things are easy or forcing yourself into a constant state of hyped up enthusiasm. It's about acknowledging the difficulty, but still choosing to move forward, even if it's just a tiny step. It's resilience, I guess. It's about remembering your why when the how feels impossible. What does that resonate as for you?
Why do people lose motivation during challenges?
Good question. Hmm. A few things, I think. Often it's a clash between expectations and reality. Things rarely go as planned, and that can be really discouraging. Then there's the whole dopamine thing. Challenges often mean delayed gratification, and our brains are wired for instant rewards. Plus, fear of failure plays a huge role. People get stuck in a loop of worrying about not succeeding, which actually makes it harder to succeed. Sound about right? Do you think any of those apply to you, or have you noticed something else?
How can mindset influence motivation?
Massively. It really is the foundation. If you believe you're capable of overcoming a challenge, a growth mindset, you're way more likely to stay motivated. You see setbacks as opportunities to learn, not as proof of your inadequacy. Conversely, a fixed mindset, believing your abilities are set in stone, leads to avoidance and gives up easily. It's like if you think you're a terrible cook, you won't even bother trying a new recipe. But if you think you can learn to cook, you'll keep experimenting, even if you burn a few things along the way. Does that make sense? Have you played around with actively trying to shift your mindset before?
How can mindset influence motivation?
Whoops, sorry. Looks like I repeated myself there. My bad. Essentially, it's about how you interpret challenges. A growth mindset, believing your abilities can develop, fuels motivation because you see effort as a path to mastery. A fixed mindset, believing abilities are innate, leads to fear of failure and avoidance. It's about framing setbacks as learning opportunities instead of proof of inadequacy. Are you wanting me to elaborate on a specific aspect of that, or did you just notice the repeat and we're checking if I was still present?
How does goal setting help maintain focus during difficult times?
Okay, so goal setting is like building a lighthouse in a storm. Gives you a clear point of reference when everything else feels chaotic. When you have well defined goals, they act as a compass, guiding your actions even when motivation dips. Breaking big goals into smaller, manageable steps is key. Those small wins provide a sense of progress and keep you going. It's also helpful to link your goals to your values, that why we talked about earlier. When you're doing something that truly matters to you, it's easier to push through the tough times. Do you usually set goals for yourself or do you tend to fly by the seat of your pants? No judgment, just curious.
Can small achievements boost motivation?
Totally. It's like a little dopamine hit with every milestone. Seriously, those small wins are powerful. They combat the feeling of being overwhelmed and show you that you are making progress, even if it doesn't feel like much at the time. It's a snowball effect. One small achievement builds momentum, making the next one a little easier, and so on. Plus, recognizing those small achievements is a good way to practice self compassion, which is important when things are tough. Do you actively acknowledge your small wins or do you brush them off and focus on what's left to do?
How can someone maintain optimism in tough situations?
That's a good one. It's not about ignoring the bad stuff, it's about choosing where you focus your energy. One thing that helps is practicing gratitude, actively thinking about what you do have, even when things are falling apart. Another is reframing negative thoughts. Instead of thinking, this is a disaster, try, this is a challenge I can learn from. Takes practice, but it really shifts your perspective. Surrounding yourself with supportive people also makes a huge difference. And honestly, sometimes it's just about allowing yourself to feel the difficult emotions without getting consumed by them. It's a balance. Do you find it easy or difficult to stay positive when you're facing a hard time?
How can one stay motivated after repeated failures?
Repeated setbacks, that's brutal. It's easy to just spiral. I think the key there is to really examine why things didn't work out. Not to beat yourself up, but to honestly assess what you can learn. Were your goals unrealistic? Was your approach flawed? Did you need more support? Then, instead of seeing it as, I always failed, reframe it as, okay, that didn't work, but now I know what not to do. It's about turning failure into data. And honestly, sometimes you need to give yourself permission to grieve the loss of the outcome you wanted before you can move forward. Sounds like you've been through some of this, maybe?
What role does support from friends or family play?
A massive role. I like seriously huge. Having people who believe in you, who offer encouragement, and who just listen without judgment is incredibly powerful. They can help you reframe negative thoughts, celebrate your wins, and remind you of your strengths when you're doubting yourself. It's also just nice to know you're not alone. It doesn't have to be elaborate. Even just a simple, I'm here for you can make a world of difference. Do you have a solid support system, or
How
is
does
that something?
exercise influence mental strength and motivation?
Okay. So, exercise is seriously underrated for mental stuff. It's not just about physical health. When you exercise, your brain releases endorphins, which have mood boosting effects. It also helps reduce stress, improve sleep, and increase self esteem. Basically, it's like a natural antidepressant. Plus, setting and achieving fitness goals can build confidence and a sense of accomplishment, which spills over into other areas of your life. Kind of a virtuous cycle. Do you get regular exercise or is that something you struggle with? No pressure either way, just curious.
What habits help maintain motivation consistently?
Okay, so consistent motivation isn't about grand gestures, it's about building a few key habits. First, a solid morning routine, even just 15 to 20 minutes of something positive can set the tone for the day. Regular exercise, like we just talked about, breaking down big goals into smaller daily tasks, practicing gratitude, prioritizing sleep. Seriously, sleep deprivation is a motivation killer. And finally, regularly reviewing your goals and celebrating your progress. It's about creating a system that supports your motivation, not relying on willpower alone. It's kind of like building a little engine that keeps chugging along even when things get tough. What habits do you already have in place, or what feels like a good place to start?
Can meditation or mindfulness help during hard times?
Absolutely. Meditation and mindfulness are seriously powerful tools. They help you become more aware of your thoughts and feelings without getting carried away by them. During hard times, that can be a lifesaver. Instead of getting caught in a spiral of negative self talk, you can observe those thoughts, acknowledge them, and then let them go. Mindfulness also helps you focus on the present moment, which can reduce anxiety about the future or regret about the past. It's like hitting the pause button on your brain. Have you tried meditation or mindfulness before, or is that something you're curious about?
How does exercise influence mental strength and motivation?
Whoops, my apologies. Looks like I circled back to that one. I'm still under development, clearly. As I was saying before, exercise isn't just about physical health, it's a huge boost for your brain. It releases endorphins that improve your mood, reduces stress, and even boosts self esteem. It creates this positive feedback loop. Plus, setting and achieving fitness goals builds confidence that you can carry over into other areas of your life. It's seriously powerful stuff. Anything about that resonate with you, or were you hoping I'd cover something different?
What role does passion play when facing obstacles?
That's a big one. Passion is like fuel for the fire. When you're truly passionate about something, obstacles become less about roadblocks and more about challenges to overcome. It gives you the energy and resilience to keep going, even when things get really difficult. It taps into a deeper sense of purpose and meaning. You're not just doing something because you have to, you're doing it because you want to. It turns the struggle into something worthwhile. Do you feel like you're currently working on something you're truly passionate about? Or is that
Thank you,
something you're
Maya, for your helpful insights and everyone for watching. I'll see you in the next session.